the important thing isn't can you read music, it's can you hear music? Can you hear the music? That's one of the most important questions that's being asked in the movie Oppenheimer, one of the most talked about movies of this year. Now, that line is something that's worth thinking about, because as creatives, if you are watching this, you are hopefully someone who's a creative person who loves to create things and to make a difference, not just in your life, but in the lives of other people. Now, Christopher Nolan has done that. Yeah, Oppenheimer has become the second most successful movie of this year. It has also become the most successful movie about the Second World War. But we can learn a lot about the mindset, because Christopher Nolan is somebody who never went to film school. He's proud of that. He's an autodidact. We're living in an age where the word storytelling has lost its value, it's debased. Everyone is a storyteller now. Everyone, you go on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everyone's making a video about how to tell stories. But true, pure storytelling is a rare form. It's something that you can either do or you can't. Storytelling is a really rare art form, and Christopher Nolan has somehow managed to tell a really compelling story. But this video is not about Christopher Nolan's storytelling skills, but this really is about this idea. Anybody can read music. You can train people to read music. At school, I had music classes. I didn't go on to do much with music, but a lot of boys and girls in my year were able to read music, but none of them became Bono or George Michael or Ed Sheeran, Adele. I don't think any of those people can read music, but they can create great songs. And Christopher Nolan is someone also who never went to film school. He's in many ways a great film professor who's never went to film school. And I think someone like him, if he had gone to film school, he would have killed his desire, that amazing moxie that he has. He would have lost that. It's a movie that you can talk about. There are so many issues here. This is a movie that we know that has to be seen many times, because there are too many issues there. It's in some ways it's a fault of that movie as well. But what Oppenheimer does is also asks us to question the creative process. It is about death, but death can also be a great muse for creativity, and this is what has happened here. And it really is worth talking about. Can you read music or can you hear music? Those are two different things. And Christopher Nolan is somebody who can certainly tell a great story. He might not be able to get a PhD from a top film school in New York or London. You might disagree, but I don't think so. I think if you come up with that kind of academic mindset, it's hard to shake that off. Whereas the greatest lessons are the ones you teach yourself. Ultimately, that's what we can do. Stephen King, in that great book On Writing, says the best lessons that you can learn are the ones you teach yourself. And so many other good novelists who are also pure storytellers, from J.K. Rowling to Brandon Sanderson and many others, have said that, and Isaac Asimov, another one, who's very relevant, who's relevant right now to our time, because we're talking about artificial intelligence. So Isaac Asimov and many others have said that if you want to learn a new skill, do it. So if there's one inspiration that we can take from Oppenheimer, one of the greatest movies of this century, I'm sure if you disagree, you can discuss in the comment section. But even though I have a lot of issues with the movie and the strategies that Christopher Nolan uses to tell the story, but ultimately it's a movie that I would want to watch again and again and again to learn about so many skills, because I don't want to go to editing school, right? But this has one of the greatest works of editing in cinematic history. The same can be said of many other things about this movie. So, but if you want to be a great editor, filmmaker, the key is to just do it. Just do it again and again and again. And this is what Christopher Nolan has done. This is one of the things that makes him a genius. A word, again, that is used too much. but he really is, because he believes in his true vision. Again, I know that's a cliche, every director has his own vision and every screenwriter has his own vision, but here is somebody who stubbornly knew what he wanted to do way back in the 1990s with Following and Memento, and built this career singularly, following his own vision. And I think that's a lesson for all of us, is that if you want to do something, you do it, and you learn by doing it, and you do it again and again. And you don't have to take a course in film school, editing, nothing. Everything is within us. If we have the talent, it's about doing it. Just do it. And so the key is just to be just like Christopher Nolan, but in whatever areas of life you have to do. Doesn't have to be about directing. It could be about anything. Just try and learn from that. Can you hear the music? That's the thing. If you can hear the music, you can dazzle the world.